Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, to seek the blessings of Radha Damodara, Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Pal Gopal, Gaunitai Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembly devotees. Thank you for joining us today. So, we'll continue with the Damodara Lila. And the point at which we reached yesterday was how Mother Yashoda was admiring baby Krishna, who had stolen the pot of butter from her. And he was actually feeding it to the monkeys. And he was also very anxious because he knew he's going to be in trouble. So, today we're going to look at verse 8, continuing in chapter 9 in the Bhagavatam 10th canto. Riyansh, would you like to recite this verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Unukalengrer upari vyavasthitam markaya kamam datatam sichistitam hayangavam shaurya visham kitekshanam niriksha pashatsutam agamachanaye.
Excellent. You can read the translation.
Translation. Krishna at the time was sitting on an upside down wooden mortar for grinding spices and was distributing milk preparations such as yogurt and butter to the monkeys as he liked. Because of having stolen, he was looking all around with great anxiety, suspecting that he would be chastised by his mother Yashoda. Upon seeing him, very cautiously approached him from ahead.
Thank you so much. So Yashodamayi cautiously, so as not to slip on the buttery remnants, followed Krishna's footprints down the stairs towards the courtyard. So she was still in the house and slowly walking down towards the courtyard. Although Krishna is the intelligence of the most intelligent, he mistakenly sat with his back to the house, giving his mother the added advantage of sneaking up on him. So another inconceivable nature of the Lord. There's nobody more intelligent, of course, but yet he wasn't intelligent enough to sit looking at the house to see if his mother's coming. As mother came into the courtyard, she noticed her husband's jeweled walking stick against the wall. He must have forgotten to take it. She grabbed the stick, thinking that I will not hurt him, but I will give him a good scare. Krishna was alerted that mother was coming. There you go. She's behind him. He's distributing the butter to the monkeys, happily, without knowing what's happening behind him. He spun around, saw his mother with the stick. He was shocked. He did a double take. Did she really have a stick in his hands? How did he know? Well, the monkeys warned him. Hey, mother's behind you. And they ran for it because they also saw the stick. Now he saw the stick and he was surprised. He's never seen his mother with a stick in her hands to punish him. He knew punishment was inevitable, but a stick? She had used a stick previously to chase away the monkeys and herd the cows, but never to discipline him. Is she really coming, threatening me with a stick? Jumping from the mortar and landing on his chubby feet, Krishna had another look at his mother. Was this all real? Is she really coming at me with a stick? This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How can she be coming at him with a stick? That's incredulous. Riyansh, are you there still?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Why didn't you do this?
Tamatayastam prashamiksh satvaras tatavaruhya pasasarabh Vitavat gopi anvadanvan Nayam apayoginam shamam praveshtum tapaseritam mana. Translation. When Lord Krishna saw his mother stick in hand, he very quickly got down from the top of the water and began to flee as if very much afraid. Although yogis try to capture him as Paramatma by meditation, desiring to enter into the effulgence of the Lord with great austerities and penances, they fail to reach him. But Brother Yashoda, thinking that same personality of God Krishna to your son, began following Krishna to catch him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So yogis try to catch him by meditation, with the speed of mind. Yet they still can't catch him. But Mother Yashoda, elderly gopi, no, not very elderly, but older gopi, big gopi, caught him. How is that possible? She ran. She was behind him with a stick, and he ran, as did the monkeys who were all scampering up the nearest tree. So there you go. There's Mother Yashoda, there's a little stick in her hand there, running after, and he looks scared. He was scared. Remember, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he's also a small child at the same time. These run parallel, although they are contradictory. But in the Supreme Lord, they're not contradictory. They're complementary. He's the Supreme Lord, but yet he's still enjoying the Lila, the pastime with his mother. The demigods and sages who were fortunate enough to witness this scene looked on in wonder, mesmerized by the collage of Krishna's transcendental beauty, abode, and pastimes. Although there are many incarnations and deities throughout the universe, none could compare to the charm of this child. The demigods conversed amongst themselves. Is Krishna really afraid, or just running as if he were afraid? So is he pretending? He can't be afraid because he's the Supreme Personality Godhead, right? Wrong. He's afraid. This mood is there together with the mood that he's a supreme controller. They both exist side by side. They don't hamper each other. That mood does not hamper. The supremacy of his situation does not hamper the mood of him being a child. This is unique for the Supreme Lord. Extraordinary. For the crime of stealing fresh yogurt, the Supreme Lord is being threatened by a stick-wielding gopi. Moreover, he who is feared by demons and demigods alike is running away in fear of her. All she's got is a stick. He's running away. He's got a much bigger stick, because of which the demons and the demigods are scared of him. In the verse in the Bhagavatam, there is a verse that the sun only rises because he's scared of the Supreme Lord. And the wind only blows because he's scared of the Supreme Lord. So the demigods continue, in this land of Gokul, there is no chance of pretense for even the Supreme Lord. The law of sweetness dictates that he behaves like an ordinary child. So this is the law of sweetness. It's Krishna's own law, but it controls him, makes him feel like a child. We must therefore conclude that he is full of fear. That is what the demigods concluded. Looking back, scared, his mother's catching up. Such a display of emotion may be bewildering even to the learned. But the Lord's associates say Krishna is possessed by thoughts of fear. What to speak of the demigods? Krishna himself was bewildered by his own conduct. Why am I running away? Even the yogis who meditate on me through excruciating penances and over a long time. Yet I am personally remained far from them. If they can't catch me, then why should I fear this gopi? Krishna answers his own question. Only he can answer his own question. Only he understands his situation, his divine position. Because she holds a secret of unconditional love. That love can control, catch, and punish me. So only Krishna understands this. No one else can understand this. Absolutely no one can understand this. How he becomes indebted to his own devotee. No one else can understand that. The demon Kalyavan would run after Krishna, never to reach him because of his own sinful ways. Yashodamayi was not sinful, but was pure and loving. From Kalyavan, Krishna walked leisurely. But from Yashodamayi, he began to run. He had to run. That said, Yashodamayi was still a good distance from Krishna. Although the force of her loving desire bridled him, neither could she catch him. Neither could he escape. It was a tug of war in which they were, for the time being, evenly matched. So no matter how fast Krishna ran, Gopi was behind. No matter how fast Yashoda ran, he was still that little distance away. No matter how much they tried, mother and son remained one arm distance. Never any closer, never any further. Run as she might, she could not get no closer. Run as he might, he could get no further. This is spiritual competition. Yashodamayi called out to Krishna, "Stop running! Stop, you thief and liar! How dare you run from your mother? Stop where you are." Slowly somewhat, but still keeping his distance, he turned and called over his shoulder, "I will stop if you drop your stick. If you are afraid of punishment," Mother Yashoda, "if you are afraid of punishment, why did you break my butter churn and ransack my storehouse?" Krishna, "I will never do it again. Please drop the stick." However, Yashodamayi was still intent on catching him. So she tried another approach. With long wailing sounds and showers of false tears, he publicized his tale of woe, thinking, "Mother will be intimidated if I attract the attention of the neighbors." However, mother was not intimidated in the least and continued to chase her darling boy, even making it known to him of her intentions with the whoosh whoosh of the swinging cane. After chasing Krishna for it seems ages, Yashodamayi was tiring. Sweat pouring down her cheeks, her hair loosened. But Krishna was also tiring, thinking, "Where is the shelter for me in this world?" He called out in distress. He gave shelter to everybody. But now he's looking for shelter himself. Even the Brajbasis weren't going to help him. "Please drop that stick. Do not punish me with it. If you drop it, I will come to you." Okay. Number 10. So again, Rihansh, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Pavansamana janani Chalak Shroni Parakranta Kati Samajama Jamena Vishashita Kesabandana Shuta Prasanna Logati Param Vishtat translation while following Krishna, Mother Yashoda, a thin wrist overburdened by her heavy breasts, naturally had to reduce her speed. Because of following Krishna, very swiftly. Her hair became loose, and flowers in her hair were falling after her. Yet she did not fail to capture her son Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's have a look at this. Considering her own fatigue and his pitiful plea, Yashodamayi made as if to throw the stick away, while actually hiding it behind her. And she exclaimed, I have thrown it away. Krishna was deceived. He slowed, and by turning towards her, slowed even more. With Yashodamayi still running at full speed, the majestic arms distant vanished. She managed to wrap her right hand around his right wrist and triumphantly said, Now you are caught, rascal. There you go. Touching Krishna gave Yashodamayi ecstatic feelings unattainable by prayers of Brahmins, the speculation of jnanis, or the meditation of yogis. Krishna was now arrested by the glorious love of Yashodamayi. Initially, Brahma and Shiva were upset to see Krishna exhibit fear of his mother. But now they were completely bewildered to see her capture him. If Krishna was so susceptible to a gopi, could he really protect them? They went to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Gomata, all the demigods. They went to the ocean of milk, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. He promised them, I will come and give you protection from Kamsa and his crew. And now that same Krishna, that same Supreme Lord, was caught, was scared to anything, and he was caught now by the gopi. He was even deceived by the gopi. Could he really protect us? Krishna whimpered, Mother, please do not beat me. Okay, number 11. Over to you again, Riyansh, if you're there. Oh, I think he's just coming back. Let's give him a second.
Can I try, Prabhuji?
Okay, yes, go for it, Naniben.
Yes. Kutagasam prayudantam akshini kashantam anjanmashini swapanina udvikshamanambaya vihavaglekaksham kekshanam haste grihitva visayante avagurata. Translation. When caught by Mother Yashoda, Krishna became more and more afraid and admitted to being an offender. As she looked upon him, she saw that he was crying, his tears mixing with the black ointment around his eyes. And as he rubbed his eyes with his hands, he smeared the ointment all over his face. Mother Yashoda, catching her beautiful son by the hand, mildly began to chastise him.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Naniben. So he started emanating a stream of sweet, indistinct words, which were nectar to the ears of Yashodamayi. So this is a 2-year-old boy, just mumbling, please, please, please don't beat me. Fully realizing he was helpless in his mother's grasp, his mumbling transformed into sobs. Yashodamayi thought, in his disturbed condition, this boy is likely to do anything. He is so strong-willed that he may even run away into the forest. Better I secure him to an immovable object until he is composed. I will tie him down, she thought, unless he surrenders and calms down. Krishna wasn't ready to surrender yet. He tested Yashodamayi's grasp, but she held him tight. He remained unwilling to admit guilt, but his courageous facade was betrayed by his tears. He was afraid. Yashodamayi kept trying to look at his face, but whenever she did, Krishna turned away and with his free hand, he wiped the remnants of yogurt from his mouth and body, thinking that the less evidence, the better, and perhaps a punishment would be reduced. Finally, Mother had enough of his antics and exposed a stick she was hiding. She waved it in front of him and said, "Do you see this, king of rascals? If you do, then don't try to run away again." Krishna was shocked. She had cheated. She still had the stick. He felt betrayed. The commotion was attracting the Vrajavasis, who were starting to converge. Krishna felt increasingly humiliated. He was the leader of the boys, held a position of respect amongst them. Were the boys to appear now, he would become the butt of their jokes and be dishonored as their figurehead. With so many thoughts and emotions going through him, Krishna felt overwhelmed. And after all, he was just a little boy. He did what little boys do, began to sob uncontrollably. He tried unsuccessfully to conceal himself in the fold of his mother's sari, but she would have none of that. She would mildly push him away. Yashodamayi's indifference to Krishna was a new feature in the relationship between mother and son. Krishna was expecting something else. He was expecting the warmth of touch and kindness of love with which mother always wiped away his tears. So this was a new aspect of the relationship. But that was in the past. He had crossed all limits in his behavior. And she wanted him to learn to take responsibility for his acts. Although seeing his sad demeanor, Yashodamayi almost succumbed to her maternal nature. But the importance of educating him restrained her. She started calling him all sorts of names. Oh, Shanta, restless one. Roshagrasta, one who is swallowed by anger. Mugdha Prakata, greedy one. Vanara Priya, friend of the monkeys. Oh, here we go again. Monkeys. Graha Lub Daka, house thief. Why have you brought ill fame on your lineage with such bad qualities? Krishna was hurt. Why did she have to call him names like friend of the monkeys? Yashodamayi continued. To teach you a lesson, I want to tie you up. And for the time being, you can't play with your toys or your companions. I will also deny you butter and yogurt. Friend of the monkeys? Whoa. Reform and stop your mischief. If ever again you want to steal from the house, then remember this stick. Having said all that, Yashodamayi let the stick fall to the ground. Krishna breathed a sigh of relief that the stick was not in her hands, but he was miffed by her comments again regarding being the friend of the monkeys and also being denied any butter or yogurt. This is quite a heavy punishment. Okay, I think let's stop there. We'll continue. We'll continue on Monday. Actually, on Sunday, Trikalagya Prabhu will give a class at 2 o'clock UK time. That is 6 o'clock Mauritius time. So that will be on Sunday. I'll put it on the group anyway. Any questions? Naniben, anything you wanted?
Just make me laugh all throughout when we were reading Friend of the Monkey.
Yeah.
My one question is, was he, this looks like a Lila, isn't it?
Yes.
Rather for the amusement and for the happiness of the Gopas, Gopis, Yashodamayi,
Yes.
isn't it? He was,
Yeah.
I don't think he was really afraid or...
No, he was. It's for him as well to feel the love in a chastised way from the mother was what he wanted to experience. And he was really going through that experience. Yes.
Okay.
It's simultaneous. His supremacy, divinity is there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
his childhood is there as well. They're both together running parallel.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
which is
what was running away and doing exhibiting was his child too, like what a 2-year child does.
yes, exactly right. That's
And
right.
cannot be comparing to a monkey.
He did that 3 times, and he really got upset.
Yes, yes, very, very bad. Very nice lecture, a very nice session, Prabhuji.
Thank you, thank you.
So
This is
what
the
is
Lord.
sorry, Prabhu, is Srikagna Prabhuji going to speak on Damodar Lila?
Yes, and I might even have a little chat about Govardhan, because I think Govardhan Puja is like a day or two after that.
Okay.
I think it'll be a combination of the two.
2 o'clock on Sunday.
2 o'clock on Sunday. I'll put you on the group anyway.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so unless there's any other comments or questions, we can stop there. Damodara Lila ki jai, Yashodamayi ki jai, Yashoda Damodara ki jai.